Hi guys, and welcome back to the channel. Today we're featuring yet another Seiko 5 limited edition. Now, I've said it before, but I think Seiko 5s are a great entry point into the whole automatic watch scene. They start as low as, I believe, around about £200 and go right up to £380, which is for their limited editions like you see here. Now, this one is actually the reference number, I believe, is SRPJ75, and it's their Super Cub limited edition. Now, the Super Cub is basically a small motorbike introduced in the, I think it was the late 50s, around about 1958, and it's a 125 motorbike. And turns out it's actually still made right the way up to today. And there's only going to be 5,000 of these models available. I was lucky enough to get hold of this one through Ryan at Francis Gaye of Coventry. Massive selection of Seiko watches, including many other brands. If you're based in the Midlands or round about there, it's worth popping in to have a look. If not, I will leave a link in the description below for their website. Now, this watch actually comes in quite a nice funky box you see here. And the Honda motif, limited edition, all very nice. I say 5,000 may seem like a high number, but you got to remember, Seiko are one of the biggest brands out there, and they sell an obscene amount of watches daily. So I don't think this will be around for all that long. Now, let's talk sizes first. We're talking 42.5 millimeters, 13.4 millimeters, a lug-to-lug of 46mm, and the strap size is 22mm. Now let's have a close look at that dial. I say the dial is quite interesting. You do have this kind of two-tone effect here. Now, if you use your imagination, basically this line coming up here and there, I believe are meant to be the fairings of the motorbikes of the front end. And the reason why the hour marker at 12 o'clock is this kind of split with an outer ring going on is, I say, use your imagination. It's a headlight. So that's how the headlight used to be with the split across. So I think that's actually why I've done it. And to be fair, it's quite nice because you have this kind of brushwork going on there and a more matte finish going on at the side. So it adds a little bit of depth and detail to that dial. And I say the Super Cub logo down there does look good in that gloss red. Also matches the red of the second hand. There is red on the date there, but I think that's only because it is Sunday. Let me just double check if I switch that round. Yeah, so normal day will be in white, but just to point that out. Now, the actual hands, big, fat, traditional style brushed hands from Seiko. They are full of lume, as to are the hour markers. So you do get quite a bit of lume on this watch, as one would expect from a Seiko. What's interesting, I find, is you have these square hour markers all the way from 2 o'clock to 10 o'clock, but yet the 11, 12 and 1 are round, which is most unusual, but quite kind of interesting. Now, we do have a nice chapter ring going on there, so we've got a bit of depth to that dial. Now, as we come past that, we have the crystal. The crystal on this is hard lux. Now, that wouldn't be a deal breaker for me. You can always swap it out for a sapphire if you want, but, you know, 9 times out of 10, you're never going to mark these anyway. So, as we come past that, we have an aluminium insert for the bezel there, which matches, obviously, the colours of the rest of the watch. Let's have a listen to the action. It's muted, feels very positive. Let's see, does it? A little bit of back play, but to be fair, that's quite nice. Most importantly, does it line up? Yes, it does actually. There you go. So yeah, nice, easy to purchase. As we come around here, we have this PVD black case going on. Now, to be fair, I think it looks really nice. I actually do own a Seiko 5 VSRPD, I think it's V79, which is all black, which I've modified the heck out of. But I quite like it. I think it's quite good. One thing I do like on this is you have the Honda motif there on the crown. The crown isn't screwed down, but you do have 100 meters of water resistancy. Contrary to belief, a screw down crown has nothing to do with water resistancy. It just simply, hopefully, stops you accidentally pulling it out whilst you're underwater or turning it. So, but that's all the screw down crown actually does. Now, as we look round the back here, we have a NATO style strap. Let's just run that, pass that through. We have the Super, let's remove that sticker. We have a kind of cool back on there. I think that looks great. So semi-transparent, well, smoked really, and Super Cub. I think that is good. Behind the back of there, we do have the the 4R 35. Now, I put this on the time grapher, and to be fair, it actually did really well. I think it was 3 or 4 seconds a day. I can't remember exactly, but it did do quite, I say, reasonably well. The only thing was a beat error was one of the highest I've seen on any watch, but it's not a major deal breaker. So yeah, that was okay. When it comes to this strap, I think it looks great, this NATO. I like the fact you've got the black hardware signed at the top there, and the Super Cub, and on the return you have the Honda motif. I think that is kind of quite cool. So anyway, let me put this on my wrist so you get an idea how it looks. One thing I should point out as well, the 4R35 movement is a bi-directional winder. So what that means is the rotor spinning around on the back, if it winds clockwise or counterclockwise, it will still wind your watch. So anyway, quick wrist check. I'm wearing the Draken, the prototype for the new Draken, and Bob has got an absolutely super cool Larco Scorpion, which is rapidly becoming one of my favourite watches. So we'll do a full review of that at a later date. My wrist size, I should point out, is 7¼ inches. So let me just put this on. NATO straps especially are quite... let's just put that on there. There you go. That's it on my wrist. I think it looks really kind of cool. I do like that watch. Could do with breaking it in a little bit more because it's bunching up on the strap, but that's, yeah, that breaking, that's no problem at all. I think it's quite cool. Nice little limited edition. Something a little bit different anyway. So any questions, feel free to leave them in the comment section below. And I say I'll leave a link to where you can buy this watch and the Seiko page, also my Facebook page for the channel. I'll leave a link in the description for that also. Anyway guys, all the best, and most importantly, stay safe out there. Bye.